On to the next question. The CodeRabbit website features a case study for something called plane, like airplane, of all the different homonyms or homophones out there, I guess, for plane. So, Plane is a project management platform, and they share improvements with developer productivity. If AI handles more of the repetitive review cycles, including things like tedious refactorings, what new dimensions of productivity should organizations start measuring beyond lines of code, which has always been an annoying one for me? Velocity, bug counts. How can we be measuring productivity if we have machines generating most of our lines of code, determining most of our velocity, and handling most of our bugs?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting problem, right? Ultimately, in terms of return on investment of tools that get used, there's a lot of different things that you could measure. One is just satisfaction overall of developers. But if you're measuring developer productivity, you cannot use lines of code. At this particular point, if you're involving AI generated code tools into their workflows, you're allowing that, it just becomes meaningless. Even number of PRs opened is not necessarily indicative. I think we're going to start to get into this realm of like, how do you measure, for example, the productivity of someone who's in the data science machine learning um, area, right? For me, when I was working at Netflix and stuff like this, it was more around, did we have a hypothesis, execute on that hypothesis, and get a result? And so that was our measurement, right? Because of the fact that the number of lines generated in this example don't necessarily lead to a good outcome, and it's really hard to like figure out whether or not somebody's doing something when it's lines of code. So it's going to get down to, I think, the idea of features, right? Are you building things? Are you coming up with those ideas and executing on them? Because at the end of the day, prototyping, rapid prototyping is going to become increasingly and increasingly a solved problem. And so are you bringing that? Do you have an idea? Are you building that thing in a prototype? And then are you then bringing that to production? So that's going to be the thing. It's not going to be about code lines being generated. And as we get better and better with our AI code review, we're going to be preventing then those big bugs from going out, and we're going to be preventing long-term bugs from happening. So we can't measure the same degree we used to, like the number of bugs in the platform. We could measure that before, but as we do this, that's not going to be an issue. And so it's going to be this creativity, I think, and this ability to bring things out into the world. So that level of velocity becomes a little bit different.